Well, this would have to come eventually. It's almost Christmas, and yeah, it's time to review Spike at Your Service, the worst episode of Season 3. God, I don't want to review this, but let's get this over with. Let's begin. So this episode starts with Spike going through all the books that Twilight has in line.
That many? Are you kidding? How are you supposed to read 12 books in one weekend? Princess Celestia obviously thinks I can, or she would never have assigned them to me.
It's kind of like how my English teacher asked me to read A Streetcar Named Desire after the first 3 scenes and then finish it by Monday.
I'm not planning on letting her down. Well, I hope you're not planning on sleeping then either. Actually, Spike, why don't you take the day off? Really? Why not?
So Twilight says that Spike can have the day off, and right from the get-go, you can see that this is a Spike episode.
Touch nose with tongue. Dot. Play bongos on my belly. Dot. Smell my dirty feet. Dot. That didn't get nearly as long as I thought it would.
That's really what he does. He literally has nothing interesting to do. Alright, so after the intro, we just see Spike walking around doing absolutely nothing.
A hot air balloon ride.
But then he accidentally gets the rope to untangle itself. See, this is why you need to firmly tie the balloon down instead of just... And so Spike almost manages to run over Granny Smith. Yeah, running over an old lady. That's funny. Actually, no, it isn't. Okay, so Spike manages to get the hot air balloon, but what a coinky dinky ends up in the Everfree Forest.
That was close one. If I didn't know better, I would swear that I was in the middle of the dark and scary Everfree Forest.
And then we cut to the first thing that bugs me about the episode.
Just because a forest is full of wild, dangerous animals doesn't mean that you're going to see one.
I'm coming across a Timberwolf with some truly disgusting CGI. Okay. Alright, actually, the CGI is decent, but yeah. That's my first problem with the episode. The Timberwolves in CGI. It's just that to me, MLP's not really known for having CG in them, and seeing the Timberwolves CG doesn't really feel right. Especially given how well animated they were in 2 dimensions in the flashback of Family Appreciation Day. So, what happened? So then Applejack, for reasons unknown, shows up and saves Spike. I love how the Timberwolf's just like, oh man, this is my last moment. I just sort of get to feel like he doesn't even care. He's just like, oh man, this is my grave. Alright, so AJ saves Spike and...
That was amazing! I mean, the rocket those boulders at them like they were rockets!
No. Is he sort of trying to imagine himself as a kid who's watching Transformers?
Saved my life! You saved my life! Oh, don't mention it, Spike. Come on, we should be heading on back now. Man, am I lucky you were out here. Why were you out here?
I was just about to ask that.
Saw the balloon floating by with no pony in it. Came out here to investigate. Guess you did too, huh? Yeah.
Considering you were the one who triggered the problem, douche.
I was investigating the runaway hot air balloon too.
The hot air balloon that you caused.
So, now that the mystery's been solved, let's get out of here, huh?
But then we get some foreshadowing of mystical Timberwolves And obviously, because the hot air balloon pony doesn't pay a certain someone a fine, Spike decides to help Applejack.
You don't need to repay his favor. Yes, I do. Sugar, it's okay. It's not necessary. Applejack, you don't understand. This is something I really need to do.
Don't you have Spike with you? Don't you have Twilight to be with? Don't you think you need her? And yes, this is where Spike becomes an intolerable dumbass, where he gets really annoying and will not shut the hell up. Oh God, this is gonna hurt.
Well, I hate to get in the way of doing something you need to do.
Oh yeah. And something it needs to do is also the fact that Ike is absolutely useless. It's where he's not really all that helpful and manages to make the problem worse.
Applebee's over yonder giving little Pickington a bath. I was gonna lend her a hoof, but maybe you could lend her one.
Okay, so if I'm not clear enough with you people, let me explain what the issue with Spike is in this particular episode. He becomes a complete idiot. Okay? His helpfulness to Applejack is not really also helpful and manages to make every situation worse. And he is so damn persistent that he just won't shut up. That's what I'm trying to get across here.
You definitely don't want to be late for that.
Isn't it like spring or summer? How exactly are you going to get your creamers in that?
Spike, you can head on out too. I reckon you have repaid me in full, so we are officially even Steven.
Yes!
Oh no, we aren't even close to being even Steven. Please, Applejack, you must allow me to assist you further.
So, yes, Spike now becomes an even bigger, persistent jackass and continues to ask.
I just don't feel right to have you doing things for me. Please? Really, you don't need please? It's just not necessary. Pretty please?
So yes, apparently Spike doesn't take no for an answer. Okay? I think if you were saying that to me, I would say no. I already said no to you like 3 times. Get lost.
Oh, all right. You can have Janet Smith and me bake some pie.
There wasn't even a transition there. So, as I stated before, Spike's help is not really all that helpful, and he manages to make the problem a whole lot worse.
Oops. Sorry, Applejack. Let me get something to clean that
up. This episode's comedy is like a snowman blow-drying himself to death. It's not funny, and it's not even worth sitting through.
Appreciate all your help today, Sugar Cube, but I can take it from here.
Because you completely suck at helping.
Don't be ridiculous.
And then we get to the major plot point that infuriates me about this episode.
It is my honor and my duty. Today's just the beginning. What's that now? You saved my life. According to the Spike the Dragon Code.
Yep, you heard it right. That is the major problem with this episode. The quote-unquote Spike the Dragon Code. Okay? This is something that the writers just pulled out of their asses and had no bother even mentioning it. I mean, if it made sense if Spike knew about it and knew something about the Dragon Code in Dragon Quest, if there was sort of a tie-in to that episode, maybe this episode would have worked. But no! Spike makes this code up for no reason whatsoever, and as I said, he becomes persistent and annoying throughout the entire episode and does not take a hint in knowing when to stop. And that is the major problem with this episode. Okay? And every time I see that grin when he pulls out that card, I want to take a shotgun and blow right in his face.
I owe you a life debt and must serve you. But now what about Twilight? Doesn't she need your help and such? Twilight's blessings.
So yes, and I decide to ignore that because it doesn't matter anyway because of the reading that Twilight does. And Okay, those words were so infuriating. It just makes me wonder what happened. Okay, you think that with Spike's excellent use in the Crystal Empire, you would think that we get something to expand upon. But no! Instead, he makes him an intolerable tool who thinks he has to serve everyone for an entire life for a code that doesn't even exist. Well, I guess it could have been worse. He could have asked Applejack to go in the Everfree Forest and find a sword that was named after Stan Lee's catchphrase. It could have been like that.
Truly, I do.
So again, because Spike is an absolute idiot and doesn't know what...
Please, Applejack. My dragon code is a part of me.
Yeah, the dragon code that you just made up on the fly and had no bearings of coming back at all.
I have to be true to myself. If you don't let me do this, I won't be a noble dragon anymore.
Well, I already know you aren't a noble dragon, and I think the first thing you do to make me change my mind is to rip that code thing into shreds and then burn the pieces of it in an underground shredder.
Oh, well, I can't have you feeling like you're not a noble dragon now, can you?
But no! They keep the plot going with nothing happening. I'm about this close to cracking right now. Everything that Spike does in this episode is so infuriating, it doesn't make me hate him any more than I already did. Because, as I stated, he becomes either a complete dumbass or a smuggish smartass. I don't know who had the audacity to create this code thing without any bearings at all and make Spike incredibly intolerable and so idiotic, as if I hated him enough already. I don't do this, but I have nothing to say to this episode of how infuriating it makes me because of Spike's behavior in this episode. But I think what Hidan said in Naruto Shippuden perfectly exemplifies what I want to do to this dragon.
I never forget a face, Chen. Someday I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, I don't care what you say. That's what I want to do to him right now because of how much of an unlikable asshole Spike is.
Okay.
Okay, so they bring the pie over the rarities.
Looks good when you're chewing.
We're only 9 minutes in, and I'm already at my boiling point. Remind me what you were gonna... Okay, so Levy says... Alright, so they head over to Rarities, and of course they try to please the unlikable asshole.
You even look good when you're chewing.
If he does that again, you... If he does that again, you...
You get my point. If he does that to Rarity again, I can have permission to shoot him.
Looks good when they're chewing.
Spike, I fucking hate you so much.
Aren't you gonna have some more? I had big lunch.
Okay.
He has to serve me forever.
Ugh, God, this episode is driving me up a wall. I can't stand it. I hate this guy so much. Okay, because of the code thing, and I feel like that Spike has officially transformed into the modern SpongeBob of Patrick of this episode, where he becomes either a smuggish smartass or an intolerable dumbass.
Oh, and I wouldn't
In this episode, at least.
AJ, Rary, what's happening? Applejack's hard.
Okay. So they try to get him to... So Rainbow Dash tries to get him to climb rocks, and...
He'd give up after like 3 rocks.
Yes! This is the only time where Spike gets even more persistent.
I just pretended I didn't have anything for him to do. Why didn't I think of that? Is this tall enough?
Yes! Now all I gotta do is climb up the rock tower and push you off the edge so you can fall 5 meters to your death.
That's plenty high. Come on down, Spike. Bad news, he actually ended up building the whole rock tower. Good news, I've got a rock tower to knock down.
Yeah. Well, hey, well, the good news is RD, if you can smash the rock tower, you can be known to smash through rocks, so I guess... Spike, shut the hell up!
Awesome!
Yes!
Want to do it again, Rainbow Dash?
Son of a bitch!
Applejack revealed it for you. And when I say Applejack, I of course mean me.
Okay, if I'm not making myself perfectly clear to everybody who defends this creature, let me make one thing perfectly clear with the Nostalgia Critics rant on the Hyper Fangirl after his Christmas Story 2 review.
I hate you! I hate everything about you! If there was a likability scale between 1 and 10, you'd be negative pi! You've been outlawed in 28 states just so people don't have to talk to you again! If they were to make a cologne of you, it would be called Essence of Annoying! If cancer got cancer, you would be the one they would name it after! Knock knock!
Who's there?
Nobody! Because nobody would ever want to see you! When people ask monks what the meaning of life is, they say stay away from your dumb ass! You're based off his Lost Symphony! That's the joy! Would everyone in an orange sweater, brown hair, glasses, and a likable personality please raise their hand? You're so stupid to even get that joke! On the evolutionary scale, you're the only one that's walking backwards! You're the Surgeon General's warning on every pack of cigarettes! Give me an I! Give me an H! Give me an A-T-E-U! I-I-yo!
Was that clear enough for you people? Good, I hope so.
What do you mean you can't think of anything else I can help with? Exactly that. There's nothing else. I don't want you to do it.
So, just when AJ finally sets the record straight, he becomes an even bigger prick and becomes even more goddamn persistent.
She needed help. I think she realized.
Thank you.
Maybe not. Maybe Applejack needs help realizing when she needs help.
She just said no! What part of that do you not understand?
Get your back to that does feel good.
Yeah, just pray to God he doesn't take advantage of that.
See? Or you might need help remembering your favorite song. The dragon is the finest creature ever. There's more to it than just guarding treasure.
I will rip your goddamn head off.
I don't think that's her favorite. Or you might need help breathing.
Yes, he's really that stupid now. Do I have to iterate myself even further? This is just so, like, does anyone not notice this? Doesn't
anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Breathing? I certainly do not. See? There are plenty of things I can help you with.
Well, I can think of one thing for you to do. How about you go back to Twilight and stay the hell away from me?
And you don't even have to trouble yourself with thinking of. Sorry.
Okay, so AJ finally goes to Twilight and set the record straight.
I'm from the Timberwolves, and that you were okay with it, but wait. What?
And apparently Twilight was distracted from her book.
You all about it. Kirsten, maybe you were a little distracted when I told you. Maybe a little.
A little... Remind me, why do some people say that Rainbow Falls is even worse than this? This episode is so idiotic. Ugh.
I should have realized you wouldn't have let him go so easily. Well, now that you know what's going on, maybe you could talk some sense into him. Oh, Applejack, I wish I could, but this is Dragon Code we're talking about. Surely you know how important the Dragon Code is to a dragon.
Bullshit. Blah, 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 fucking bullshit. That's not even a fact because it's something that Spike pulled out of his ass.
I'm sure he's starting to.
Again, like, does nobody...
Notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Jesus Christ! How is it that everybody in this episode does not get how flawed this is? Okay? And why does nobody even notice that Spike becomes an unlikable asshole in this episode? Just... Okay. So the main six try to come up with a plan to get Spike's stupid ass back in plan. And thank Heavenly Jesus that Pinky shows up as we get ourselves one of the few things that makes this episode work.
Saved my life.
And I use that in a figure of speech. Actually, no, forget all that. I'm just going to rephrase it as the only thing I find funny about this episode.
And you want to get it worth the vortex and gift like a butterfly nest. We can catch you mere seconds before we hit the nest and are stung by 1,000 angry hornets. I'll wear this mustache. No, I am going to be attacked by a timberwolf. Can I still wear the mustache?
Thank you, Pinky. Thank you.
When I give the signal, Pinkie Pie and Rarity will come running out of the woods, being pursued by the timberwolf. I'll start to run too, but then pretend to get my hoof stuck. I'll ask Spike to help me dislodge it, and he will, and I'll be able to get away from the terrifying timberwolf. Having saved me from certain doom, Spike will then consider us even.
Of course he's going to be persistent no matter what you do, unless you finally hit the bastard and let him know that he's being so goddamn annoying and too damn persistent that he's such an idiot. I am literally so mad right now, because
Everybody get it? Uh-huh. I'll do my best. Just one question. Yes?
Thank you, Pinky. Thank you so much.
No. Suit yourself. We are all ready to play our part. But are you sure?
Okay, so Spike finally shows up to get...
Okay, this takes some serious work. First, you must lift. Oh, yes, I was just hoping you could maybe sweep up all those leaves for a compost pile and... But, of course. Oh, by the way, there are exactly 24,567,837 blades of grass at Sweet Apple Acres.
Hey, can I strangle him yet?
I can't believe you counted every single one of them. You asked me to. And as a noble dragon and follower of my Dragon Code.
Hey, to all you Spike fans, can I strangle him now? Okay. So then Twilight pulls out a wooden timberwolf that put it in fool anyone, but that manages to get Spike up in arms. Yeah, he's really that retarded. But oh wait, as I said, he's pretty much the equivalent of a Patrick is a Prick episode from SpongeBob, or a modern SpongeBob, where Spike becomes an intolerable dumbass, or, in this case, a complete smuggish smartass.
Wait a minute. Save me from the terrifying timberwolf. Well, he would be terrifying if he wasn't a fake.
Oh, now you realize this, huh? Seriously, even a 5-year-old wouldn't fall for this.
You got the closet of his claws. The roar's got on. Well, the detail on his face was pretty good.
Can I kill him yet? Alright, so we get ourselves an anticlimax where they get attacked by real Timberwolves, only to form in a much bigger Timberwolf. And AJ gets stuck in some rocks for reals, and Spike just stands there and does nothing.
Applejack, come on! Okay, I'm really stuck. No more messing around.
You idiot! She just said she's stuck! Go rescue her!
Let's go!
You really are this stupid, aren't you? Hey, dipshit! Stop sitting around and help her!
Forget it, Spike. You gotta get out of here. Would you just forget your dragon coat already and go?
Actually, yeah, thank you!
No! I have to save you!
Oh! Now that you decide to save her, moron! Hey, stop standing there, idiot! So finally he saves her, and then we finally get the moral where he finally gets the hit!
What was that all about? I know this code thing's important to you, but if something like this comes up in the future, think maybe we can go back to my code, say that's what friends do, and leave it at that? I promise I won't think of you as any less noble. Sounds good to me.
He finally figures it out. He finally figures that out. And he acts like a complete idiot throughout the entire episode. Spike, go fuck yourself.
But maybe let's just try to avoid situations where one of us actually needs the other one to save their life.
You know what? I give up. I don't care anymore. Well, I don't really it doesn't matter anyway. The episode's over. I said the episode's over.
No, really. I'm really, really, really happy to help you.
So that was Spike at your service. And as I said, this episode sucks. Everything about this episode is just so many stupid moments. Spike, of course, is easily the most idiotic that he's ever been. The stupid dragon code and just forces in the plot that it goes. Almost every opportunity it was missed, and everyone just acts like a complete idiot. The CG, while decent, was not really needed, and the moral was just stupid. And the anticlimax. Okay, everything that Spike does in this episode is so much cringeworthy that I really have to reiterate myself of what's wrong with him. Okay? Like, not really, like, clear enough.
I love Christmas. I love Christmas stories. It's you I can't stand.
Seriously, like, you know what? I have to reiterate myself one more time of how completely unlikable Spike is in this episode, as well as the entire series for me. Again, do I have to reiterate myself?
I hate you! I hate everything about you! If there was a likability scale between 1 and 10, you'd be negative pi! You've been outlawed in 28 states just so people don't have to talk to you again! If they were to make a cologne of you, it would be called Essence of Annoying! If cancer got cancer, you would be the one they would name it after! Knock knock!
Who's there?
Nobody! Because nobody would ever want to see you! When people ask monks what the meaning of life is, they say stay away from your dumbass! You're based off his lost symphony! That's the joy! Would everyone in an orange sweater, brown hair, glasses, and a likable personality please raise their hand? You're too stupid to even get that joke! On the evolutionary scale, you're the only one that's walking
doesn't matter. So yeah, since I said that this is the worst episode of Season 3, this episode's right up there with Bridal Gossip, All's Well That Ends Well, and The Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well, as well as Putting Your Hoof Down. It gets a D-. It's finally over. And thank Heavenly Jesus we're moving on. I'm Flick King Gamer, and I'll see you guys, and keep calm and flutter on. And I would wish that Spike would wipe that stupid smirk off his face. See ya.